Let's come to a comfortable seated position on our mats. So I'll square this to the camera a bit. And make sure you're nice and comfortable and place your legs in such a way that you can sit for roughly 5 minutes, maybe more. I'm not going to time myself. And no, not you. Thank you, Sunny. And just wriggle around from side to side. Maybe rotate your shoulders in both directions. Just sort of feel into your body, whether you have any kinks anywhere. Maybe there's something more than what you just mentioned that you want to stretch. Feel into your lower back. Maybe close your eyes and travel inward with your attention to see, yeah, maybe my left shoulder, maybe my right hip, the neck, maybe nothing feels off. And you just feel simply wonderful. And then place your hands either on your knees, thighs, or into your lap, and then gently rock from front to back. And see or feel what that does to your spine. Take your attention traveling from your sit bones into your pelvis, up your spine, into your shoulder girdle, into your neck, into your skull. Make the movements bigger. Gently rocking over your sit bones. Maybe you feel impingements in your knees when you move forward, then reduce the rocking motion. Then slowly decrease that rocking motion until you come back to center. Gently level your chin and allow your crown to reach up to the sky. And come to stillness. And sense what's going on in your body. How's your breathing? How's your heart beating? Has it slowed down? How does your diaphragm feel? And then gently take this rocking motion from side to side. Your pelvis remains on the mat. You're sitting firmly on your glutes. You simply sway from side to side or shift your weight from side to side. Maybe keeping your eyes closed so you can really digest this movement. Maybe you're in a fast movement today and you're swaying or speeding from side to side, and maybe you're gentle and slow. Just go with the flow, whatever your body wants, what it feels like. And like in the forward backward movement, here on the side to side, increase the range of motion. And maybe leaning into one side, keeping your shoulders, neck, and head stable. And see how that feels just above your hip. Releasing your diaphragm, releasing your belly. And then on the inhale, gently move over to the other side and maybe remain there. Stretching just above that hip joint. Shoulders are being pulled away from your ears. And just carry on with that side to side motion. Especially feeling into your iliosacral joints and into your spine, into your shoulders to see, does this feel good to me, or would I rather be sitting nice and upright and not move? If your body says don't move, then don't move. If your body says increase the motion, do so. Just listen to your body. Allow it to give you the cues. Keep your breathing nice and steady. And then if your range of motion was big, slowly decrease it. And come back to center, leveling your chin, allowing your crown to move up towards the sky. And sit in stillness for 3 breaths, enjoying the sensation going on in your body, mind. Releasing any tension you're holding in your belly and diaphragm. Allowing emptiness to spread throughout your brain or your mind. Releasing tension you might be holding in your fingers. And then take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your open mouth. Then place your hands onto your knees. Inhale. Pushing your chest forward, coming into a sitting cow pose. If your neck is available, open your gaze up towards the sky, pulling your shoulder blades back towards your sit bones. And on your exhale, coming to a sitting cat. Pulling your belly button back, pushing your shoulder blades apart and shifting your weight behind your sit bones. Should feel a nice stretch across your shoulder girdle, maybe from your earlobes all the way down to your shoulders. Let's repeat another 4 times. On the inhale, pull yourself forward, coming into a hollow back, squeezing your shoulder blades, either keeping your eyes closed or gazing up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming down, rounding your back, pulling your belly button back, allowing your entire upper body weight to sink backwards. Your hands are holding tightly onto your knees. And again, inhale, come forward. Opening up, exhale, close your front side. And again, exhale, cat. And last time. And exhale, cat. And really allow your upper body to sink backwards, holding onto your knees as if you're going to roll onto your back, but don't. Your chin is tucked down to your chest. If you have tension in your neck, pull your shoulders away from your ears, increasing the stretch in the base of your neck. And you might feel that stretch over your shoulders into your upper arms, depending on what you did the last week. Stay for another 2 breaths. Expanding your chest on your inhale. And slightly tucking your ribs in and pulling your belly button back on your exhale. And one more. Expanding on your inhale. And becoming small and pulling your belly button back on your exhale. On your next inhale, slowly coming back up. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Release your knees and rotate your shoulders in both directions. Maybe take your elbows along. Maybe you want to take your entire arm along. And then come back to center and simply wriggle your body, move your body so that you feel comfortable, and stretch out your legs. Give those legs a bit of a wibble and a wobble, and then tuck them in the other way. If that's available. If it's not available, just sit so that it's comfortable. And inhale, reach your fingers up, splay them, nicely hug your ears with your bicep. And just stay there. Gaze up if that's available. And on the next inhale, just simply pull your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Feel the elongation in your spine. And on the exhale, pull those shoulders down, feeling the shoulder girdle square your lower back, compressing. Inhale, up again. We're going to repeat another 3 times. Exhale, down. Do it in your own breath or in your own speed. Inhale, up. Feel the lengthening of your side body. Down on your exhale. Twice more. Inhale, up. Splaying those fingers. Down on your exhale. And last one. Inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, in that extended position, we're going to just exhale, move those arms behind your head. Don't move your head forward. Keep your gaze upward, just moving those fingertips, or rather the thumbs back, opening your chest, belly button goes back, tailbone curled under. Opening that heart center of yours. Inhale, come back, reach up. And on the next exhale, simply allow those arms to come down. Rest the hands in your lap. Close your eyes. If you want to drop your chin down towards your chest, do so. And enjoy the sensation of length in your side body and spine. And take 2 deep breaths here, connecting with a stretch, connecting with your body. And on the next inhale, gaze forward, open your eyes, wriggle your fingers, rotate those wrists in both directions. And let's tuck those feet under if that's available. If not, choose a position that works for you. If you want to tuck your toes on under, do so. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to twist to one side. Grab onto your hip or t-shirt. The hand in the back might be able to touch the opposing foot. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and gaze over your back shoulder. Keeping those shoulders nice and level, both of them. Belly button can be tucked back to the spine so that twist is a bit bigger. We're going to stay here for another 3 breaths. So on the inhale, release the twist slightly. Allow your crown to move up to the sky. And on the exhale, allow the back shoulder to rotate back a bit more. Releasing an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And maybe the additional twist is just a millimeter. That's fine. And last one, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. On the next inhale, allow your gaze to come forward and release the rest of your body. Move your body so that it's comfortable to you. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. And then we're going to inhale, grow long. Exhale, twist to the other side. And this side might feel completely different. Pull your shoulders down from your ears, gaze over your back shoulder. Allow that back shoulder to guide the movement. And here as well, we're going to repeat 3 times. We're going to release the twist a bit. Inhale, grow long. Allow the crown to grow up towards the sky. Exhale, twist. Make sure you don't fall into a hollow back. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And on the next inhale, gaze forward and exhale, release the rest of your body. And maybe take your arms and swing them from side to side. Or maybe you want to rotate the shoulders. Listen to what your body would like. Okay. Inhale up again. And this time, tuck your toes under if you can. And simply lower those arms down. And all we're going to do is we're going to exhale, twist to one side, keeping the arms level. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. If the toes tucked under is not available, don't worry. Place the toes down. And with your breath, keep the rotation. Keep the arms level, nice and strong. And just simply move from side to side. And feel the rotation in your spine, feel the rotation in your ribs, the opening in your shoulders. And we're going to do 3 more on each side. The back arm is actually guiding the movement. Feel that shoulder blade being pulled back towards the spine. We've got another 2. Keeping your core nice and steady. And last one. And come on back and release the arms. Shake them out. And lower down into a tabletop. And maybe you want to tuck down your tailbone under just from the position we were in. Bring some mobility into your spine. Doing baby cat cows only with your lower back. Tucking the tailbone under and feeling that undulation. Especially if we feel a lot of compression in our lower back. This movement can relieve a lot of that pressure. Side bends do help as well, but I do believe and I do know from experience that this kind of movement, whether you're doing it in all fours or standing, does help. Dancing salsa and belly dancing also helps. Okay, now increase that motion like we did in the sitting. Let's come into a cow. Pulling the shoulders away from your ears. And then with your exhale, come into a cat. Pushing those hands into the mat, splaying the shoulders, and allow that head to go down towards the mat. Not sinking it down, but just allowing that crown to look down towards the mat. And on the next inhale, slowly come in over neutral, come into a cow again. And stay here for 3 breaths, really allowing your belly to grow heavy. Allow it to sink down. And slowly tuck your tailbone under on your exhale, come into a cat and stay here for 3 breaths. If this is not comfortable for you, keep going cat and cow alternation. If you're staying in the cat, push your hands down into the mats. Push those shoulder blades apart. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. Pull your belly button back towards your spine. And on the next inhale, slowly come back into a neutral spine and sway your hips from side to side. Maybe you want to rotate your entire spine, including your pelvis and your shoulders. So simply allow your body to move the way it feels most comfortable, which does not mean we're going to go lie on the sofa, but let's just simply allow the body to move in such a way. It's like dance as if nobody's watching, right? That kind of movement. And maybe team it with your breath. Then it's be more fluid and more flowing. And let's meet in neutral spine. Very good. And take your right hand under the middle line. Push that hand into the mat so you have a right arm elongated. And then take your left hand at a 45-degree angle. Okay? And then open up your chest. And simply stay here. Splay those fingers. Inhale. Pull your belly button back towards your spine. Exhale. Try to twist open a bit more. So it's the shoulder that's guiding the movement and not the hand. Again, inhale. Pull the belly button back. And exhale. Try to twist a bit more. Keep distance between your shoulders and your earlobes. And now simply hold. I know it feels weird in the shoulders. Bear with me. 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale, come on down, come into child's pose. Keeping your arms either stretched out ahead of you or along your thighs. Drop your forehead down if that's available and allow your glutes to sink down onto your heels. Stay here for 2 breaths. Deep inhales and very slow exhales. And then on the next inhale, come on back into tabletop. Take your left hand under your center line, extending that arm, push that hand into the mat, and then take your right hand at a 45-degree angle and turn around a bit. 90 degrees between your upper arm and lower arm, and then open your chest and exhale, twist. And maybe this side is easier. And stay there. On the next inhale, pull your belly button back towards your spine, and exhale, maybe open up your chest a bit more up towards the sky, splaying those fingers. Keep distance between your earlobes and shoulders. Twice more. Inhale, belly button back. Exhale, twist. You might hear a cracking noise, perfectly fine. Last inhale, belly button back. And twist, open on the exhale. And wherever your gaze goes, that's where your body will follow. So allow that gaze to go up and hold it. And on the next exhale, allow the hands to come down and find yourself in a normal tabletop and move down into child's pose again. And stay here for 2 breaths. And maybe take your attention into your neck to see how that feels after that twist. Keeping that distance between your earlobes and shoulders. Deep inhale and very slow exhale. And on the next inhale, gaze to your hands, come up slightly, walk your fingertips to the front side of your mat and allow your chest to drop down onto or towards your mat. Keep your eyes open, gaze forward if that's available, and chin down onto or towards your mat. Coming into puppy pose. And move your hands so far forward so that it feels comfortable in your lower back. It should be like a sensation of lightness in your lower back and a stretch across your chest. And tuck your toes under if you want to, or keep them flat on the mat. And stay here for 3 breaths, sinking down. One more breath here. And try to push those hips and the pelvis away from your shoulders, creating length. And on the next inhale, slowly come on up, tucking your tailbone under, ready. Drop your gaze down to the mat, tuck your hands under your shoulders, and come into a cat pose. If that feels uncomfortable, being static, move your body. Give your body what it needs, right? Enjoy that stretch, and then come into a neutral spine, moving your pelvis and your shoulders, maybe rotating. Maybe you want to shake out your head. And then tuck your toes under and come into a plank pose. If plank is not available to you today, drop down onto your knees or come even down onto your lower arms, whatever works for you. You need a challenge, so let's see where we can find ourselves. Push your heels back and contract your inner thigh muscles. Contract your glutes and your shoulders move away from your ears. So there's length in your neck. Curl your ribs in and simply lift your left foot. Keep it flexed, keep your hips closed, and hold for 3, 2, 1, and drop that left foot, lift your right one. Foot is flexed, leg is nice and strong. 3, 2, 1, drop it down, and then bend your left knee, take it to your left elbow. Point the toes there. And place it back down, bend the right knee, take that right knee to your elbow. Pushing your hands firmly into the mat, toes are pointed, and release it back down. Release your knees down and come into child's pose. Take your arms next to your thighs if that feels more comfortable, and allow your body to grow heavy, sink down towards your thighs, your glutes. And stay here for 3 breaths. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Maybe you just want to stay static. Just enjoy it. Allow your shoulders to grow heavy. Allow your breathing to become steady as well. One more breath. And taking your hands forward again. Gaze to the hands, come back up into plank. And now take your left hand, touch your right shoulder. Give yourself a pat. And then the other side, take your right hand, pat your left shoulder. And back down. Twice more on each side. Let's be nice and slow, nice and stable. Left hand, right hand. And last time, left hand touches right shoulder. Release, change sides. And come back to center. Taking your right knee to your nose. Scrunching your core. Hands are pushing into the mat. Feel those belly muscles work. Extend that right leg and take your left knee towards your nose. Let's have elegantly pointed toes. Keep holding. Feel the core working and extend on back. Drop your knees down, come into child's pose. Keep those arms extended. Allow the belly and chest to release down onto your thighs. And allow those fingertips to walk away on your inhales, keeping your glutes closer on your heels, feeling the stretch from your tailbone all the way up to your fingertips. And on the exhale, release that stretch. Twice more. Inhale, allow the fingertips to walk away. Maybe you want to push your hips in the opposite direction, feeling the lengthening in your spine. Exhale, release. And last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. Slowly allow the hands to come back to your head. Gaze towards your hands. Come back up into plank. Because it was so nice, we're going to do it again. Take your left knee to your left elbow. Then move it across to your right elbow. And come back to the center, tugging that knee towards your nose. Nose goes down to your knee. And extend. And do the same with the right. Right knee comes to right elbow. Moves across to the left. And comes to center. And allow that knee and nose to meet. And extend. Drop your knees down. Come into child pose. Stay here for 2 breaths. Keeping your arms extended, walking those fingertips away on the inhale. And allowing the stretch to decrease on the exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. And allow your gaze to travel forward again. Come on up into plank. Take your right hand under your center line, coming into side plank. If that is not yours today, drop your knee down. Nonetheless, keep that stretch, lengthening from your right hand all the way up to the fingertips of your left hand. If you feel adventurous, lift your left leg up, coming into like a starfish pose. Keeping your bottom hips pushed away from the mat. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Come back over plank. Stay there. Hold, pushing your heels back, contracting your inner thighs, contract your glutes. Tuck your tailbone under and curl your ribs in. 3, 2, 1. Let's same size. Left hand under your center line and side plank. Again, you can lower your left knee down, or you can lift your upper foot or leg off the mat, keeping it nice and stable. Mat hands pushing down and upper fingertips are reaching up towards the sky. 3, 2, 1. Come back into plank. Stay here and hold, pushing your shoulders away from your ears. Curling your ribs under. Pushing all 10 fingers into the mat. Spreading those shoulder blades. Bear with me, keep the breathing nice and even. Doing a great job. Push your heels back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down into a child's pose. And place your hands there and arms there where you feel most comfortable, whether it's stretched out ahead of you or next to your thighs, and stay wherever you feel comfortable for 3 breaths. Make sure that your inhales are nice and long, and your exhales are extremely slow. Taking your attention into your body. Seeing where there's nice release and where the muscles have been working. One more deep breath here. And then move your hands forward, gaze forward, come into plank. Don't worry, you won't stay there, and move back into your first downward facing dog. Walk that dog and be generous with the movement. Taking your knees and hips along, maybe pushing one hip to one side, feeling the stretch on the outside of the hip and in the knee. Maybe giving your head a bit of a shake and a wibble and a wobble, just to get some movement in there. Ensuring that your fingers are splayed, your hands are shoulder width apart. Your elbows look slightly backwards, meaning your upper arms are turned outward. Your shoulder girdle is nice and broad, and you're moving your hips far away from your shoulders. Your gaze goes down to either your feet, your shins, your knees, or your thighs, or maybe even your belly button. Your feet are hip distance apart. And once you've moved enough, come into a nice static position. Enjoying the stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your heels. Maybe allowing your sit bones to get a glimpse of the sky today. And on the next inhale, lift all 10 toes, pushing those heels down into the mat. Feel your shin muscles engage, kneecaps engaged, pulling up into your thighs. And keep holding that steady breath. And then lower those toes down, lift those heels, keeping that chest close to your thighs. Pushing your hips away from your shoulders. And on the next exhale, lower those heels down. Inhale, look forward, come into plank. And either go straight down into chaturanga, keeping your elbows closer, dropping your knees down, feet down, and then come on down, chaturanga, elbows close, lie down. Inhale, rotate your shoulders backwards, come into a baby cobra. Tuck your toes under, elbows close, come on back up into downward facing dog. Let's do that another 3 times. Inhale, look forward, glide forward into plank, going down into chaturanga, your form either straight or over your knees. Come back into cobra, tuck your toes under, and come up into downward facing dog. Move with your breath, twice more. Inhale, forward. Shoulders away from your ears, come down into chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders back, cobra. And back up into downward facing dog. One more time, inhale forward, exhale, come on down, chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders back, cobra. And back into downward facing dog. And stay in that dog, walk the dog, shake your head out. For another 3, 2, 1. And inhale, look forward, walk towards your hands or hop to the hands, come into half lift, shoulders back, away from your ears, legs are engaged, flat back. And then come into forward fold and simply allow your upper body to grow heavy, sink down. You can bend your knees if that is more comfortable. Just stay there. Enjoy the stretch in your calves, the back of your knees, your hamstrings, glutes, maybe even in your lower back. If you feel tension in your neck, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Stay here for another 3, 2, 1. And then slowly with your next inhale, come on up into standing position. Fingertips reach up. Grow nice and tall, and then exhale, bend to one side. It does not matter which, lengthening that side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, move to the other side. Inhale, center. And exhale, take your hands down to your heart center. Step to the front of your mat. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart if that's comfortable, or find a stance that works for you. Legs are engaged, tailbones tucked under. Inhale, reach on up. Your fingertips, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank. All the way down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then pull back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, take your right foot forward, come into warrior 1, meaning your right foot in the back, toes are facing forward, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone under, slight back bend if it's available from your lower ribs all the way to your fingertips. Strong legs. On your next inhale, open up into warrior 2. Put some weight into your outer edge of that back foot. Shoulders are above your hips. Make sure that your front thigh is rotated outward. Very good. On the next inhale, come into reverse warrior. Right hand reaches up towards the sky and then back, feeling the stretch from your right hip bone all the way up to your shoulders. Your right knee is bent as before. Inhale, come back into warrior 2. Stretch your front leg, engage it. Exhale, glide forward, and then release into triangle pose. And it doesn't matter where you are, how far down you go. The further down you go, the bigger the stretch on your inner thigh will be. Keep your hips and chest open. Your left shoulder blade is pulling down. Gaze goes up if that's available. And bending your front knee, coming back into warrior 2. Shoulder blades pull down. And then inhale, flip your left foot onto the balls of your feet so you're in crescent. Prepping for warrior 3. Come forward, balance on your right foot. Close your hips, either point that floating foot or the toes or keep them flexed, whatever works for you. Arms can be stretched out ahead, on the side, or alongside your body. And then drop those hands down onto the mat. Come into standing splits. Dropping your forehead down towards your shin. And then allow that left foot to meet the right foot. Come into forward fold. Just hanging there for 3, 2, 1. Bending your knees slightly. Inhale, come all the way up into standing. Fingertips go up. And exhale, hands come down. Tandasana, mountain pose. Inhale, let's do the other side. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank. All the way down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And pull back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step your left foot forward. I'll flip side so that I don't have to turn my backside towards you. Beautiful. Pulling your shoulder blades down And if you feel like your front foot, your left foot could move further away to get a bigger stretch, then do so. Slight back bend if it's available. Tucking your tailbone under. Inhale, come back up, open up into warrior two. Put some weight into the outer foot of your back foot. Maybe you can shimmy your left foot a bit further to the front, keeping your shoulders above your hips. Gaze to the middle finger of your front hand. On the next inhale, come back into warrior, reverse warrior. Extending that hand up and then back, keeping your front leg bent. Feel the stretch in your side body. Inhale, come on back, warrior two. Stretch that front leg, engage, glide forward, and drop down into Trikonasana. Imagine you're leaning against the wall. Might help with opening your upper shoulder, the right one. Fingertips reach up and create distance between your ears and your shoulders. Bend your front leg, come into warrior two. And then flip onto the balls of your right foot in preparation for warrior three. If you don't want to hop forward in one go, hop once onto the ball of your foot and then come into warrior three on the left. Flex the floating foot or point it, whatever works for you, keeping your hips closed. And then exhale your hands down, come into standing splits. Allow your forehead to move down to your left shin. Right toes are pointed up towards the sky. And then release the right foot down, coming into a forward fold, grabbing your elbows and gently swaying from side to side or staying static. Tuck your chin down towards your chest to give your neck a beautiful stretch. And release your elbows. Inhale, come into half lift. Exhale, come into a forward fold one more time, allowing your chest to sink down towards your thighs. You can bend your knees if the stretch in your hamstrings is too strong. And then on your next inhale, bend your knees slightly and come all the way up into standing position. Exhale, hands down into mountain pose. Beautiful. And open up your legs a bit more than hip distance apart, a lot more than hip distance apart. Keeping your toes facing in, place your hands onto your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down into a half lift. Engage those thighs. And on the next exhale, drop down, hands going down onto your mat. And you will feel if your head hits the mat, you need to move your feet closer together. So be mindful, okay? Beautiful. Push the outer edges of your feet into the mat. And then you'll feel the stretch in your calves, your inner thighs, the back of your knees. On the next inhale, come on half lift. Exhale, walk over to the left or the right. And then drop your chest down towards that leg, relaxing your neck and head, feeling the stretch in your side body, in your hip, in your hamstring. Still pushing the outer edges of the feet outward into that mat to increase the stretch. And then slowly release, inhale, and with the exhale, walk over to the other side. And do the same thing on this side. Releasing your chest down towards that beautifully stretched leg. Taking that hand closer to the central line, allowing that to pull your body closer to your leg. Relax your neck and head. And then inhale, slowly release, and exhale, come back to the center. Release your entire upper body down towards the mat. If you can, place your hands firmly on the mat. With the next inhale, come up half lift, and then walk your feet closer together, dropping down into a Malasana. Taking your right hand, place it on the outside of your right foot, fingertips point backwards. So your knee is touching your tricep of your right arm, and then you release that left hand up towards the ceiling. So go up first. And on the exhale, if available, open your chest, moving that arm backwards. Allow your gaze to follow. Listen to your lower back. It's a lot of opening on your lower back. Doesn't seem like it, but it will. You'll feel it. And then slowly come on back and fluidly change sides. Take your left hand, place it on the outside of your left foot, fingers tips are pointing backwards. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up. Grow long first in that diagonal. And then on the exhale, allow that upper arm to move backwards. Gaze follows. This side might be easier or more open or more closed. Just listen to what your body's telling you. Allow your breath to soften your muscles. Allow that chest to open up towards the sky. Keep your breathing nice and steady. And with the next inhale, slowly come on back and round your entire spine. Allow your back to round, pull your belly button back, drop your head down, chin goes down to your chest. And just simply stay here, your shoulders being hugged by your knees. Creates a lot of length in your spine like this. If you feel tension in your lower back, try to curl your tailbone down a bit more, contract your lower abdominals. And then travel up your spine, try to generate even more space in between your shoulder blades by pushing them apart. Stay here for another 2 breaths. And then with your next inhale, slowly start straightening your spine from your pelvis up into your lower back, mid-back. Be gentle with your spine. And then opening your chest, taking your hands into Anjalina Mudra. And those of you with lower back tightness, don't push your knees out too hard. Maybe a bit, maybe not at all. Taking your hands to your heart center, allowing your thumbs to touch your sternum. Just briefly close your eyes, connecting with your heart. Pulling those shoulders away from your ears, allowing the crown to grow up towards the sky, generating length. Try to open that chest. Feeling those lower back muscles working real hard. Push all 10 toes into the mat. And take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your open mouth. Get your eyes closed, open them, and release. Sit down onto your mat, stretch out your legs, cross your ankles, and simply gently sway your legs from side to side just to close those hip joints, change sides. And then take your soles of your feet close together. You don't have to take your heels close to your pubic bone. You can keep them in like a diamond shape. Inhale, grow long, and simply pull your chest forward. That's all we're doing. Basically, an open-hipped cat-cow. Okay, keeping your elbows close to your rib cage. Push your lower ribs forward. Take your chin slightly back because very often it's the chin going forward. It's not what we want. Okay, keep the chin backward, shoulders down, and simply push those lower ribs forward. You'll feel the opening in your upper body, chest area. You'll feel your lower back muscles working. You might feel a stretch in your inner thighs. You might be able to roll over your sit bones, allowing that pubic bone to roll closer towards the mat. You'll feel a relief in your glute muscles. And stay here for another 3, 2, 1. And gently release the hold, rounding your lower back, lowering your chin down towards your chest. And forehead goes down towards your feet. Simply slumping over, right? With the next inhale, come into a straight back again. Now try to pull your heels as close as you can towards your pubic bone. If it feels uncomfortable in your lower back or in your hip flexor, sit onto a block or a book. Again, inhale, grow long. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Take your elbows close to your rib cage, holding onto your feet. Exhale, pull yourself forward. Again, chin comes back, lower ribs go forward. And you might feel that the stretch in the glutes and in the thighs in this position is less intense than when you have your heels further away from your pelvic area. Let's stay here for another 3, 2, 1, and gently release. Round your lower back, close your chest, drop your chin down towards your chest. On the inhale, slowly come back into a neutral spine. Release your knees and cross them and gently sway them from side to side. Change sides. And then take your feet about hip distance apart or a bit more. And this is hip distance. Play around with the distance between your hips and simply lower the knees from one side to the other. And rather be slow and intent so that you can feel what's going on in your hip. The one side is being open, the other one's being closed. Try to keep your chest nice and upright. Maybe take your entire upper body and turn to one side, gazing over your back shoulder. We'll do 2 more of these on each side. Very good. And let's meet in the middle and stretch your legs out. And then take one knee, cross that foot over your extended leg if that's available. If it's not available, just take it alongside your stretched foot. Take a hand width between the foot and your thigh and simply stretch your back. Okay. If you cross your foot over your extended leg, ensure that your inner arch actually touches the mat. Your extended leg is flexed. Inhale, hug that knee towards your chest, and then rotate the other arm behind your body, pushing that tricep into your shoulder blade. Gaze over that back shoulder. Keep that extended foot beautifully contracted, foot flexed. Both sit bones are on the mat. Enjoy this beautiful twist, keeping your shoulders level. Crown goes up towards the sky. And with your next inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, allow the rest of your body to come along and change sides. Same on this side. Check what works for you. Can I cross my left or the one leg over the other leg, or do I want to keep it hip level? Okay. Inner arch of that other foot pushes down. Sit up nice and tall. Hug that knee towards your chest. Rotate the other arm behind you. Push the tricep into your shoulder blade to keep yourself level. Crown goes up towards the sky. Gaze goes over that back shoulder. All 5 toes of that foot are pressing into the mat. Keep your breath nice and even. Shoulders are pulled away from your ears. There's distance between those ears and shoulders. On the next inhale, allow your gaze to go forward and release. Stretch your legs out. Give them a bit of a shake. Rotate those shoulders in both directions. And simply have your feet about 2 fist widths apart, or have your ankles touch, whatever you feel like doing. Move your muscles away from your beautiful sit bones. Inhale, reach your hands up. Shoulders pull away from your ears. And then exhale your lower ribs forward. So you'll feel the stretch from your feet all the way into your calves, back of your knees, hamstrings, glutes, maybe into your lower back, pulling your belly button back, hugging your ears with your biceps, splaying those fingers. The aim is not that you lie down onto your thighs, but that you can stretch that entire backside from your heels to your shoulders. Beautiful. Keep the chest open. Rather move those upper arms behind your ears than rounding them and coming forward. That will do afterwards. Stay here, feel the stretch, legs engaged. 3, 2, 1, and then drop those hands down onto the mat. Maybe your fingertips, maybe the palm of your hands. Keep the chest open. Maybe your fingertips can move towards your knees, shins, ankles, feet, keeping that chest open. You'll feel it. The minute your shoulders round, your entire spine will round. So keep that chest open. Gaze straight ahead, feet are flexed, legs engaged. Belly button's pulled back towards the spine. Enjoy that stretch. Another 3, 2, 1. And then slowly release the tension in your feet, in your legs, in your lower back. Allow your entire upper back to become round. Drop your forehead down towards your legs. If you feel like bending your knees, do so. And release your upper body weight down onto your knees or shins or thighs. Enjoy that stretch along your spine, your shoulders, your neck. And try to take your attention onto an itty-bitty trip through your body to decipher whether there's any tension anywhere. If you encounter tension, breathe into it and try to release. Tug your chin down towards your chest. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, creating length in your neck spine. And then on the next inhale, use your fingertips to gently lift yourself off your thighs. Gaze towards your feet. Flex those feet and slowly walk your hands back until your shoulders are level with your hips. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. And exhale, take your hands down in front of your heart center. Beautiful. Place your feet onto the mat. Scoot closer to your heels. Hold on to your knees. And then gently and slowly roll down onto the back. And hug your knees towards your chest. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Maybe that's uncomfortable because your mat's too thin or your spine's too bony. Just hug your knees to your chest. And then push your tailbone down onto the mat and your neck as well, shoulder blades as well. So your entire spine's pushing into that mat. Then flex those feet, grab your feet from the outside or the inside. See what is available to come into happy baby pose. And maybe you say, okay, let me try that holding my feet on the inside to see what the difference feels like. Push your neck into the mat. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, keeping those feet flexed. And then gently allow those knees to lower down towards the mat. feeling a beautiful opening across your inner thighs, your entire pelvic area. Allow your chest to be open, your chin to travel down towards your chest so that your shoulder and neck area is as flat as possible. Take one more deep breath here. Long exhale. And then release your feet, cross your knees, and hug those crossed knees towards your chest. Change sides. And then place your feet back onto your mat, big toes facing each other. You can touch your heels with your fingertips. Arms are extended. We are going to lift the pelvis and the arms at the same time. So inhale, lift your pelvis, and then allow the arms to come up and lower them behind your head onto that mat, pushing your pelvis up further. All your 10 toes are pushing into the mat. You're squeezing a balloon in between your knees. And on the exhale, we're going to lower the hips down and the arms down too. 4 more times. Inhale, up, open up that entire front side, pushing your hips up towards the sky, squeezing the balloon. Don't look left or right anymore. Maybe close your eyes. Exhale, come on down. And 3 more up. Big inhale, long stretch. Splaying those fingers, squeeze the balloon. Push the soles of your feet down into the mat. Exhale, come on down. Twice more. Inhale up. It's a nice massage over your shoulder blades. And come on down. And inhale, last one. And we're going to stay here for a while. Pushing those hips up. Knees squeeze together. Soles push down. Glutes are working overtime. Feel the lengthening, especially in the opening in your diaphragm. 3, 2, 1. And then slowly come on back down. And gently sway your knees from side to side. Maybe you want to take your head along. And we're going to go up again one more time into bridge pose. Come to center. Inhale, push your pelvis all the way up. And if available, roll your upper arms and shoulders under your back. Interlace your fingers. Push the outside of your hands and arms into the mat to give you leverage to push your pelvis up a bit more. Make sure there's room between your chin and your chest. Maybe close your eyes so that you don't wander from left to right with your eyes. And release your right toes up towards the sky. Pushing your glutes off the mat. Simply stay there and hold. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down your right foot and take your left foot up towards the sky. Toes pointed. Pelvis is moved off the mat. Chest is open. 3, 2, 1. Replace that left foot. Release your hands and untuck your arms and shoulders. And then slowly roll back down with your entire spine. And then take your arms out like a T and gently sway your knees from side to side. Be very generous with the movement. And the next time your knees are on the left side, drop them down towards the mat. Gaze over to your right hand. If that's not enough of a stretch, take your left foot and place it on the outside of your right knee. Gently apply some pressure, feeling the stretch just above your right hip. Release, come back over center, change sides. On this side as well, if you want to increase the stretch, place the right foot onto your outside of your left knee. Gently apply some pressure. Feeling the stretch just above your left hip bone. Gazing to your left hand. And release, come back to center. Stretch your feet up towards the sky. Flexing those toes, allowing those heels to push up towards the sky, pushing your lower back into the mat. And then take the palm of your hands, allow them to join your feet, pushing up towards the sky, splaying your fingers, move your neck, shoulder blades, and entire spine down into that mat. And then gently allow those arms and legs to move outward. As far as you feel you want to go, feeling the stretch in your inner thighs. Hold it. Core is nice and tight. Coming back and then cross arms and legs gently. And out one more time. Still splaying the toes and the fingers. Moving the pads of your hands and the heels far away. And then come back, cross the other way. And come back to center. And then shake it all out. Let go of whatever doesn't serve you anymore. And then slowly allow your arms and legs to sink down onto the mat. And take a deep inhale through your nose and long exhale through your open mouth. Maybe you want to come into a hollow back. Lifting that lower back off the mat. Maybe even want to lift your shoulders off the mat. Maybe your arms so that your entire body weight's on the back of your head, your glutes and your legs. And slowly lower down, exhale through your open mouth. Let's do that twice more. Inhale through your nose. Open up. And then slowly exhale through your open mouth and lower down again. Last time. Big inhale. And exhale. And right at the base of your exhale, push your lower back into the mat. So you might feel a beautiful stretch in your hip flexors. And then release. Rotate your palms so that they're looking upwards. Allow your ankles to fall outward. Mentally prepare for Shavasana, allowing your body to grow heavy, to sink into the mat, releasing any residual tension into the mat. Allow your breathing to become slow and steady. Gradually releasing your body into that mat. Your toes, your feet, your ankles. Relax. Your shins, your calves, knees, and thighs. Relax. Your pelvis, your tailbone, your glutes. Relax. your lower back, your belly, your chest. Relax. Your shoulder blades, your shoulders, your elbows, arms, and hands. Relax. Your neck, the back of your head. Relax. Your forehead, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows. Relax. The tip of your nose, your lips, your tongue. Relax. Your lower jaw, your cheeks, your ears. Relax. Allow your entire body to sink into the mat. Grow heavy. Relax. With your next breath, bring your attention back into the space around you. Become aware of sounds near and far. Perhaps feel the air on your skin and the mat beneath your body. Your next inhale, bring your awareness back into your beautiful body, moving your fingers and toes. And then take a deep inhale into your belly, move your arms above your head. Give yourself an enormous stretch from your toes all the way up to your fingertips. And then gently curl your knees towards your belly. And gently swaying from side to side, activating Ida Pingala. And then roll on to your favorite side and stay there, allowing yourself to relax completely for another 3 breaths, sinking into the mat, not holding on to anything at all. When you're ready, come back up into a comfortable seated position of your choice. Allow your eyes to remain closed, keeping your attention inward. Place your hands either into your lap, on your thighs, or your knees. Root down through your sit bones and allow your spine to grow tall. Crown is reaching up into the heavens. Open for whatever is being sent down. Your forehead is relaxed. A smile might be sitting on your lips. Your heart is open, your belly is relaxed. On your next inhale, take your hands into Angelina Mudra. Thumbs lightly touching your heart. Drop your forehead down to your fingertips in gratitude for the time and effort you invested in the most awesome human being to walk the face of the earth, yourself. Then move your thumbs up to your forehead. In gratitude and love, I realize who I am. Move those thumbs down to your heart. In gratitude and love, I realize who I am, what I have, and what I have to give. Allow that sentiment to course throughout your emotional and physical being. Allow it to shine out into the world and touch as many people as you'd like to in the days to come. To end the class, we'll do 3 lines. Breath, inhale through your nose, exhale through your open mouth, stick out your tongue, growl, whatever floats your boat. And keep your hands in Angelina Mudra. I'll move them out into cactus, splaying those fingers. Let's go. Inhale. And growl. Again. Growl. Last one. Growl. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you an absolutely fantastic rest of the day. And see you soon.